Hi and welcome to another vlog. We have a visitor today. She's just gonna stare at herself in the camera. So we have a few things going on today and tomorrow. We're about to go out of town for a couple-day vacation. We went to St. George, Utah. We live in Utah, in northern Utah. So we went to St. George, Utah right before I had ankle surgery, which has been 12 weeks, which is crazy. It seems like it's been forever and also not long enough at the same time. And so we went and got back on a Saturday and I had surgery the next Monday. And so since then I've just been recovering and kind of getting to a point now where I can do a lot more things. And I had a doctor's appointment today with my podiatrist, so I'll talk about that later and give you kind of an ankle update. But this trip was planned before I even knew I was gonna have ankle surgery. I just was like, I'm really bad at planning things. Are you waving to the baby? I'm really bad at planning like vacations, even just simple ones, because it's just a lot of work. With 6 kids, it's so much work. And I don't like throwing routines off. I just like things to be predictable, and they're not on vacation, or they're not vacations really, they're just kind of trips and living someplace that's not our house. And so I was like, okay, but I'm gonna be good and we're just gonna do it because I have little kids and it's gonna be several years till they're bigger kids. If we wanna go see some things and do some things, we're just gonna have to do it now. So it's a very short trip. It's just a few days and we're going to Lava Hot Springs, which is in Idaho. I haven't been there since I was a teenager, so it's been 20 plus years. And then, so we'll spend only 1 full day there, but 2 nights. And then we're gonna go up to Rexburg and do some sand dune stuff. My father-in-law is meeting us up there and we're gonna do some sand dune things. He has all the toys, we have none. And my kids love it. My husband grew up doing it. He doesn't like it, but the kids love it. So we're gonna take them up there and just spend basically a full day. It's just 1 night and we'll come home on Saturday. So we'll be gone Wednesday to Saturday. And so yeah, I'm trying to get ready for that. I still have all the school supplies here that I did in my back to school haul. So I need to put all that stuff away because it's kind of driving me bonkers. I have started packing. We need to finish packing. I am gonna get groceries. There's not a whole lot of like stores or even big stores by Lava Hot Springs. So I'm just taking in the food that we're gonna have for the few days that we're there. So I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow morning. And then I have a few other things. There's some cleaning I wanna get done and maybe do a few more homeschool prep things. I'm not completely sure what will get done. My husband just took my 5 other kids to the library to return their books and get some new ones so they can have some things to read on our trip. So I'm just hanging out with this one. She just got up from a nap, so I might get her a snack and then try to quickly organize some of this homeschool stuff and then cleaning. It's just before lunchtime, it's 11 o'clock. And so we'll do some of that stuff and then hopefully we'll get more things done after lunch when everybody is doing quiet time or this one and my 2-year-old are down for naps. So that is kind of the plan. We'll see everything that we get done or what gets included in this vlog. Okay, so this is the school supply stuff that I'm talking about. So mostly these things right here. I do need to find a space for these games. Some of them will go downstairs and some of them will stay up here. Like the Ubongo games are a little bit more fun type games, whereas I keep the ones that are a little bit more game schooling, like this language arts one and this geography one, up in our closet here. And then this stuff will probably stay here. This is all baby book stuff because this little girl just turned 1. Huh, can you believe it? Can you believe you just turned 1? And so I do a baby book for like their first year because I can commit to doing that. So that's what's here. I need to start working on that. And then this is for the binders. Again, I mentioned some of this in the homeschool haul video. So I need to print out the papers for that. So I probably won't get to that this morning, but maybe later on we'll get to some of it. We'll see what we can accomplish. Becca's having fun helping out as well. She's playing with the colored pencils. Is that so fun? Yeah, it has tons of little containers inside, huh? Yep, and the highlighter, that's the best too. You gonna put it in there? Good job. Okay, so it's after lunchtime now, but I wanted to show you what I accomplished before lunchtime. And this is all the organization here. This is all the trash. So like the old markers, I didn't go through these as much. I just mostly the ones that didn't have lids and were dried out, I threw away. I'll just let the kids sort through those. I wasn't gonna take the time to do that. And then I reorganized these, put the pens here, colored pencils, because there was too many for them to fit in one bin. Normal pencils, then just the mechanical pencils. I have the lead and the extra erasers in a drawer by our refrigerator so they don't get lost. And then on this side is scissors. I didn't do anything with this, mostly just made sure there wasn't like any trash down there. This is like a protractor compass for my bigger kids that use that, some rulers, hole punches, which they're gonna use for their binders later when I get that all taken care of. So to punch some of their scripture things they'll work on. This is glue, and there's an extra compass in here and an eraser. Like I said, those are the pens. And then I put the highlighters in this container. This is a craft that I got from a craft subscription, so it can be used for a lot of things. I have another one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the window, but it's smaller over here. And so this one right here has, I think these are like acrylic markers in them. And so I have that one here that I was already using. So I just went down to my bin downstairs and was like, what do I have that I could use for highlighters? And so this is what I came up with. So there's that. And then I went through all of our dry erase markers. So these used to be in one of these bins, but I needed an extra bin for colored pencils. So I went through all the ones that were dried out or just not working well. I got rid of these ones. My kids use those occasionally. Then I got rid of the few big ones that were dried out, put the new ones here, and those ones, they have like little magnets on the back. And then these are all wet erase markers on this side. So I use the wet erase when I do our calendar over here. And I'm not sure yet where I'm gonna put these. They used to be right here. So there used to be a shelf up there, but it gets hit and it got knocked down, and it's been knocked down several times. So it's kind of like a mess now. So I'm not really sure if I have another shelf. I'll have to look through my stuff. That won't happen before we leave on our trip. But maybe if I do like a homeschool tour of the room, a homeschool room tour video or something, you'll see that. And then these are, I'm not really into like super florally stuff, but this was something I'd gotten in a subscription box, but maybe we'll just change the whole thing out. I like having the dry erase markers over here opposed to setting them with all the rest of this stuff, which goes over here where the tripod is. And so I like to put them up here just because then they're right by the whiteboard. But I don't know if that's gonna work out or if I'll have a place to put them. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens as I rearrange stuff. But I was glad that I was able to accomplish all that. So I'm gonna put these things all back and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so I wanted to just give you a little update, an ankle update, I guess, and let you know how everything's going, especially since I saw the podiatrist this morning. So it's been a month since I've seen the podiatrist, but I've been going to physical therapy twice a week, and that's been going pretty well. I'm getting a lot stronger, and he'll have me like balance on my foot that had surgery on it and throw a ball at like a trampoline that's facing me. You know, it's kind of like standing upright. And so I'll throw the ball at that. And at first it was pretty difficult, and it's just a kind of an awkward motion anyways. My balance was fairly good before surgery. It's something that I work on when I work out and stuff, and with yoga and things like that. So my balance was not horrible. Like, it's actually pretty good. And even during pregnancy, it's pretty good, which I hear that's kind of hard. Like, women lose their ability to balance quite a bit when they're pregnant. So, you know, I was like, yeah, balance is important to me to get this back, but it was hard. And you have to do it for a minute. And then I have to do it 2 more times after that. And so I do it for the minute, you know, and then rest, and do it for another minute, rest, and then do it again. And by the end of each minute, like my leg is on fire. Especially, it was hard the first time. The hardest part was just balancing. You know, I still occasionally have to put my other foot down as I start to like teeter just a little bit. But it got harder as I got stronger because I could hold myself up like on my one leg longer. And so by the end of the minute, my whole leg is just burning because it's just working so hard to stabilize. But it's been really good, and it's helping so much. Just even last week, I think it was, I was talking to one of the aides that was there as she, you know, had the timer and it was going, and I was throwing the ball and catching, throwing the ball. And I threw it just a little bit off to the side, so it kind of went off to my side, the opposite side of my ankle surgery. And I just reached down. Like, I have fairly quick reflexes because I played volleyball and basketball. Like, I've always just been pretty quick with my reflexes. And so I just reached down and grabbed it really fast. And I thought for a second that I was gonna fall over. But I, you know, either fall one way, or as I come back up, you know, go too much the other way, but I didn't. And the physical therapist was like, that was a good catch. And I was like, oh, I am getting stronger and better. So that was good. Like, that made me feel good about myself. And so anyways, I'm still doing that. We're just doing more with strength, like still stretching out and mobility. But mobility is where the struggle is right now. But so I was like, is this where it's even supposed to be? The healing with my surgery 20 years ago was way faster, but I was younger and it was way less invasive. Like, there's a lot that happened with this surgery. And so the healing is just taking longer. There's an anchor that goes from one side to the other, and that could be affecting a lot of my dorsiflexion, like my ability to pull my ankle back towards my leg. And it's just going slow. All the other ranges of motions are getting pretty close to my other ankle. There's still some work, but they're getting pretty close. I feel like my dorsiflexion is still struggling. But then when I went to the doctor today, you know, he has me sitting on a chair that has my leg out flat so he can see how my ankle's doing by moving it around. And he's like, wow, I'm impressed with how well, like how far it can go back when your leg is straight. So I was like, oh, that's good. So for 12 weeks, it's been 12 weeks since I had surgery. He said that everything seems like it's going really well. You know, it's just, he's like, you're probably, did he say like 65 or 67%? It was kind of a weird percentage, maybe, I don't know, of what, you know, I will be. It probably won't ever be as good as my other ankle, or as good as someone that has really good, healthy ankles. But it's doing really well considering all that has happened to it and stuff. So we just continue. I have physical therapy. After this week, I go to once a week, but we're only doing it a couple weeks at a time. So I'll go next week and then the following week, and we'll kind of reevaluate and see if I need to come again the next week and the next week. The physical therapist, his point is, if I'm still progressing really well and can progress by myself, then I don't need to be coming to physical therapy. But he doesn't want it to go months and there still be tons of problems, and then I just don't go back to physical therapy, and you know, I'm not gaining range of motion and things like that. So he'll do measurements each time I come in just to make sure that I am progressing, that exercises I'm doing at home are helping. And those are probably things I'll have to continue to do most of, like, every day for the rest of my life to keep range of motion, which is true for everybody. To have really good mobility, you need to be stretching very consistently and stuff. So all in all, it's doing really well. I don't wear my brace very much anymore, just so I hadn't been wearing it for several weeks around my house. And then I talked to the physical therapist about it because the doctor said about 4 weeks in the brace, and it had been 4 weeks. And so he's like, yeah, that's fine. And I had gone to a few things, like I walked at the store and gone to like a event for my daughters and stuff and didn't wear the brace. And he's like, things that are like that are a little bit more predictable. You don't need to worry about it. But uneven terrain, you know, so even walking on my grass, if I go hiking, anything like that, or unpredictable environments. like wear the brace. And the doctor today said also just trying an exercise I haven't done in a long time, wear the brace, because some of those muscles might not be strong enough. So eventually I can do it without the brace, but just to make sure the very first few times I'm doing a new exercise, I have the strength to do it and don't hurt myself, to wear the brace. So, you know, just kind of being a good judge that way. But my walking is fairly normal. Again, the range of motion doesn't allow me to walk completely normally right now, or even come down the stairs normally. I kind of just rotate my foot on the end of the stair tread as I walk, but it's much easier for me to walk in shoes than it is barefoot. So right now I have the most baby feeling feet ever that I have ever had. I'm not one to wear shoes, and I've been wearing better sandals because I have really high arches and have struggled with plantar fasciitis for the last like 6 months and stuff, and just one of my foot, like my other foot that didn't have surgery. So I've been trying to wear better shoes overall, but I still had really like calloused and rough feet. Not anymore. They are just smooth as can be because I am in shoes with socks all the time. And that bringing up my high arches reminded me too, the doctor today said that also could be contributing to the dorsiflexion being slow and coming back. Like there's progress being made, it's just very slow progress, and which didn't seem, you know, abnormal to him. But he said people with flatter feet, just I don't know exactly how it works because I don't study feet for a living and all the pressure points and where you step and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually a little easier for them to get dorsiflexion back faster than someone that has an arch, because there's less points for my foot to touch the ground because my arches are so high. So anyways, that could be affecting it as well. But overall, everything is going really well. So that's the update for you. And I think I'm gonna clean a few things, hopefully quickly. My littles are sleeping, and then maybe we'll see if we can print off the things for these binders and get them done, and trying to get as much packing done today so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow, because I'm gonna try to we're not leaving till like 1 in the afternoon because it's not that far away, and we have an Airbnb that we can't get until 3, you know, so I'm gonna I have physical therapy in the morning, pick up groceries, and gonna try to do food stuff in the morning. So I wanna make sure most everything else is taken care of. My fridge isn't that messy, but I do want to clean it out and just make sure there's nothing that's going to be sitting in there for several days. And then these bathrooms down here, we have 2 half baths that didn't get cleaned on Saturday. So I'm gonna clean those real quick, and then we'll see where we're at after that. We might print out the stuff for these binders. It's a very small project, and do that real quick. We'll see. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's the binders. I probably will make a label or like their name or something that maybe they can decorate it. I'm not really sure yet. Just so it's a little easier to identify them. But sorry if you hear my kids in the background. They're playing games over here on the computer. But so I put the 2 things in. There might still be something else like with chores. I'm not really sure yet. I've tried to do things like this before and have a flow chart, and it didn't work as well, but we're getting into having so much stuff, like, because my kids get older and it's really hard for me to keep track of everything they're doing every day. So I'm trying to make this work so that I don't have to try to keep as much stuff in my brain. So this is Lydia's, which she's 7, and it has 2 blank spots just because she doesn't have as many things that she is doing. And I didn't know all the things too, like if we're gonna do typing every single day or journaling every single day. But her main subject she has here, and then it just has Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's no dates, nothing, just so if we end up skipping or whatever, it's not a big deal. It doesn't mess up a schedule. And then down here it has mom check the chores, mom check school. So I looked over schoolwork. Most time with her, I'm doing her schoolwork with her and helping her as she goes. So I've already checked it. And so this, doesn't apply as much to her as it does to my other kids. And then check the chores, like make sure she does her chores, make sure her room's clean before she gets any screen time or anything like that. And then the scripture thing that we're working on is in here. So it's for our articles of faith. So let me see if I can do this one-handed. I really wanted the clear ones, but our Walmart didn't have any left. It had 1 left. Just so then they could see them. You can sort of see it through here, but if it drives me nuts, I'll figure out and find some clear ones. But this is what we have. So it has the articles of faith. So there's 13 of them in here. And then she has this little card, and she can punch. She can put her name on it and then punch them when she memorizes them. And then I will have this list maybe with the rest of our scripture study. I'm not really sure, and keep track of which one she's done. Sorry, my hand is shaking. If the camera is wobbling, it's because my hand is shaking. And so I'll have this tracker, and then we can review over them again and make sure they continue to memorize them and remember them. And then if they lose these or, make it through all of them and want to practice again, I'll have some of those extras. This is all from Etsy. I've had several people ask. If I forget to link it, just ask in the comments and I'll send you the link. But I just bought the stuff off Etsy and laminated a set for each of my kids. So that will be in here. Like I said, these aren't completely done, but at least it's a good start, and there won't be much else that's going into them. So that's the binder. This table is looking so much happier. It's been so cleaned off. I just have the baby book stuff here, but this makes me so happy. Who else? Give this video a thumbs up if you like organizing and cleaning and seeing it all clean, because I love that feeling so much. Okay, I'm out of breath. I just came up the stairs, but this is the packing. It did look better this morning, but I had some of my kids didn't have enough clothes because they only have about a week's worth of clothes, so they needed to do laundry today. So one of my daughters realized she didn't have any clothes to wear this morning, so she opened her bin and took all this stuff out. So now I need to put her clothes back in there and put the clothes back. My boys' stuff's in here, and so I need to take care of that. So this one's here to figure out what he still needs because he doesn't remember. So I need to open his bin and figure that out. And then this bin right here, or this container, and those ones are towels, like the small microfiber towels. So I need to take them out and fold them and put them in like our water beach bag type situation so that those can be all ready to go as well, and we don't have to take big bulky towels. So that's what I'm going to do, hopefully somewhat quickly. It's almost dinner time, so I'm trying to get some stuff done quickly here, and then we'll finish up a little bit later, probably, hopefully. Okay, hopefully you can hear me all right. So here's the other side of the suitcase. My girl stuff's in here and my 2 little kids' clothes are in here on that side. So I'm gonna put my boys, my bigger boys over here. And then I have diapers for my 1-year-old, diapers for my 2.5-year-old. And those we're gonna kind of squish them down in here. And then an extra set of wipes, which I might put in a different bag just so they don't get, if they happen to leak, they don't get clothes wet and stuff. So that's what I have in this bag. So all of my kids' clothes and the diapers for my littles are all in here, and then we'll have their shoes and stuff in a separate bag. But I try to get all their stuff into just one big bag when we're traveling because I have so many kids and we don't have that much space in our Suburban. So that's what we're gonna do. So now I'm gonna fold this thing up and hopefully it works all right. Okay, just real quick, I have to go down and make dinner, but I was gonna show you, so these are all the microfiber towels. The annoying part, you will have not seen it because I was talking to my husband as I was doing it, but all of these towels, they came in a 6-pack, but they were individually wrapped, and they are all, like, which was nice. They were in these nice little containers, and I'm like, oh, I could have just left them in that, except they're all, like, folded in tissue paper, so I had to take them all out and take the tissue paper all out, and anyway, so that was kind of annoying, but I already have these 2 blue ones. This one's a little smaller, but these 6 are all the same size. They're all from Amazon, so I'll try to remember to link them down below. But they're just so much smaller than us taking 8 like normal size towels. So they'll go in this bag, and sorry, my kids are being so loud. And then I also have a whole bunch of sunscreen that I'll put in there as well. I have a variety of things from just spray on for the whole body. This one was recommended as a good face like mist. This is one my kids like to use, like the stick one. Sorry, it's like focusing on my face and nothing else. Are you coming to say hi? Well, your face was so big. And then the other one that's new to me is this mineral powder one. Someone had recommended it, especially for like littles, because it's on the, when you put it on their face instead of spraying something or having to rub lotion in, it's really nice and easy to like reapply on teeny little kids. So I thought I'd try that out. So those ones are a little bit new for me, but I just have this bag and we'll put it in here as well, just so everything that we need for water play is all in one spot. Okay, so here is my grocery haul for our trip. We might need more things and we'll have access to a store a little bit and stuff. So, and I didn't get milk, before I forget to mention that. We do have a gallon already in our fridge that I'll take. And sorry, my kids are making so much noise. And then also there'll be a store up there where I can get some milk. It's just a small little store, you know, like it's not a huge place that we're going to. So I can't get everything. So I just wanted to be as prepared as possible. So I got some lunch meat. We have some already in the fridge and a little bit of cheese. So I'll take that stuff too. But I have these. I got some grapes and strawberries. I already have carrots and I think I have cucumbers too. So I'll take those. And I am going to stop by Costco on our way out and grab some of their pre-made salads to go with our dinners. So one of the nights, we're just doing hot dogs. We're just doing dinners 2 nights because the other 2 nights we'll be eating out with my father-in-law, and then we'll be getting back from the trip, so we'll be eating out that night too. So I did simple things that we could do quickly depending on what we're doing the rest of the day. So I have these, and then today I'm actually going to make some mini tacos that we can just quickly warm up once we get there tonight. And so I'll meal prep that in just a little bit. So that's not in here because I already had the ingredients for that. But that's what the lettuce is, either for, you know, sandwiches, or it can go on the tacos. I got just a few eggs. I did get a big box of eggs, but I already put those away. But those are just for us at home so that we have eggs when we get back. These are for the trip because it's probably just me and my husband and maybe our littles that will have some eggs. And I'll bring cereal for my bigger kids. And then chips. We don't get chips very often. Usually it's only when we have like a barbecue or go on vacation. So chips. I got more swim diapers. I have some, but I think some of them are a little bit small, especially for my 2.5-year-old. So I got a bigger size. And then again, some apples. So going along with some fruit. The celery is not for our trip. I just got this for our fridge so I can make a salad when we get home, and celery will last. You know, it doesn't go bad as quickly as some other produce. And then I just got miniature honey, ketchup, and peanut butter, and I'll put some of our jelly just in a Tupperware container before we go and take that with us. And then the sour cream is for the tacos. Usually I don't get sour cream like this, but it's just, again, easier when we're on a trip and stuff to do it that way. And Oreos that we usually like to have with the Ninja Creamy, but we're not taking the Ninja Creamy with us, obviously. And so I just got some of these, and I'll put some protein muffins as well. So that will be like our protein snack probably in the evening. Oreos and a protein muffin. And then some hot dog buns, and then just normal bread again. We don't usually buy white bread, except when we go on vacation. It's like a treat for my kids. And so this is for sandwiches. Again, if it's not quite enough, we'll have access to a store. I just don't want to buy so much food that we have tons, but we'll have enough access to a store that I can get more bread if we need to. So those are the groceries for our trip. Okay, so I am doing the meal prep. So here is the dinner. So this is just ground turkey with some like chilies and some taco seasoning, basically like cumin, paprika, oregano, chili powder. And I put in the cilantro because I like the cilantro taste, and then it has cheese in it. I gotta take out the shell. And then I'm cooking these shells over here. These are just small like shells from Walmart that you pre-cook. And you could use corn tortillas as well. I just don't like those as much. And so I use these. So then when we get there tonight, we'll just put some of the meat in the middle of the shells and put them on a pan in the oven for just a few minutes, like spray them with some like olive oil or Pam or whatever, you know, the different sprays. And then let them get a little bit crunchy on the outside. And it's just a quick, easy, like crispy ground turkey taco. So this is a macro-friendly meals recipe. I've mentioned Elise Ellis before, and so you can subscribe to her meal plan if you're interested. All right, we are about ready to head out the door. We're all packed up, and we're gonna leave on our trip. It was a mad dash this morning. It's like absolute craziness. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Remember to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.